As humanity began to live, as the population increased in the world, hunting and gathering began to divide its place into regions. Thus, blackberries found in one's area became unattainable, as venison found in the other's area. So people had to exchange goods, and start trading in order to meet their needs. Trying to buy shoes for the wheat in his hand, of course, required a difficult change. A more useful solution was needed, because the exchange of goods could not fully meet the need over time. Here, the Lydian king Croesus appeared in history, and introduced coins into our lives, by carrying out the first printing of coins. Of course, the developing states over the years, as a result of growing trade, the coins became difficult to carry, and trade difficulties began to arise, because they could not match as a measure of value. In addition, the constant robberies when transporting coins, also deal a big blow to trade. For these reasons, history has been rewritten, and paper money has begun to enter our lives. Leather was used as money by the Chinese in 118 BC. Leather money, the ancestor of paper money, helped facilitate trade in large sums. The paper, which is of Eastern origin, was found in 105 by an artist who was one of the palace officials of the Chinese ruler of the time. In the 700s, Arabs learned the methods of making paper from Chinese prisoners in Samarkand. The Western world, on the other hand, learned about paper thanks to the Arabs. The paper was used in Greek writing in the 900s, and Latin writing in the 1200s years. At that time, shells of various plants, especially blackberry fibers, old cotton dresses, scrap fishing nets were used to prepare pulp. Since 1850, paper has now started to be produced by machines. With the invention of paper, PEOE will switch to similar bill use in today's year with written value in their trade, which holds large sums. According to historical documents, the widespread use of these bills, which constitute the first form of paper money, began to appear in China in the 600s. It seems that these first paper coins, similar to banknotes, which facilitate the trade of merchants and are used today, were valid for a long period of time from 806 to 1279. In 1294, during the time of the Ilkhanids, the use of paper money is once again encountered by Sultan Gayatu in the city of Tabriz, but it was abolished after the public did not prefer it in trade. 17. At the end of century, the first paper coins were used in Europe. In the United States, the first paper money in government was used to pay soldiers' salaries in the 1690s. In the UK, it began printing with the use of jewelers during their commercial activities. Founded in Sweden in 1656, Palmstruch Stockholm Bank was the first bank to be authorized to issue banknotes. This bank became a royal bank under the name Riksbank in 1668, and went bankrupt in 1776. As a result of the development of trade and economy, problems related to the protection, transportation and security of metal money increased, and it became necessary to move to the new monetary system. Coins that are naturally made from mines are quite heavy, it is therefore difficult to transport large amounts of money. For example, because there are no gold and silver mines in Sweden, copper coins weighing a few pounds were used. After that, paper money, banknotes, began to be used. The banknote is the instrument of the representative monetary system. Representative money, money printed on paper in exchange for gold, silver or valuable goods, representing the true value of the good, and can be converted into a commodity that is its equivalent at any time, is called representative money. Representative currency types include gold and silver certificates, banknotes, coins and registered coins. In a representative monetary system, money has no value as a commodity. Fiat money derives its power from the legal entity of the state. When we look at the history of fiduciary money, we can see that it has a very long history. Its origin dates back centuries to China. Sichuan District. 11. In the century, paper money began to be printed. Fiduciary money was initially traded for gold, silver and silk. He was later succeeded by Kublai Khan, the founding emperor of the Yuan dynasty. In the 13th century, the fiduciary monetary system was established. According to historians, this money deeply influenced history. It is also claimed that it was thought to have been instrumental in the downfall of the Mongol Empire. Fiduciary currency in Europe. 17. During the century it was used in Sweden, Spain and the Netherlands. The fiduciary monetary system failed in Sweden, and Sweden returned to the silver standard again. In the following years, many countries and governments have tried fiduciary money, but no definitive results have emerged. One important event in the spread of paper coins was the confiscation of gold nuggets stored in the Tower of London by the King in 1640 in England.
Those who had accumulated gold or silver had previously kept it in the Tower of London on the grounds that it was safe. After that, merchants called goldsmiths appeared and began to store the gold of individuals with gold savings in their hands, and in return they began to receive a written document. Traders named goldsmith realized that over time, the gold in their hands remained inert, and those who had accumulated never claimed all their savings at the same time. In addition, they began to give bills called goldsmith notes to those who asked for a loan from them. Over time, these bills began to circulate in the market in trade, and the first banknote system emerged. The first check written in the world was paid to Nicholas van Acker in London 1659. Because Britain was fighting France, the necessity of financing war expenses arose. In order to provide this financing, the Bank of England was established in 1694, and the use of paper money became widespread. The goldsmiths have made a habit of paying by check in the market, and laid the foundations of modern banking. All over the world, money has formed an important part of the daily life of mankind. Countries generally use coins specific to their countries within their borders. Some countries, on the other hand, use a common currency as a group of countries like the European Union. Countries place their own cultures and geographical characteristics on their own paper money, and over time paper money has become a policy tool for states. The state resorts to monetary policy during various times of crisis, increasing or reducing the money supply. The Hungarian coin has the largest value ever issued on a banknote. Printed in January 1946, this paper money was printed during a period of hyperinflation, doubling every 15 hours. As can be seen, as humanity develops, its needs also diversify. In the face of their needs, people make inventions that meet the needs of humanity, by making a new discovery or invention. Trade developed and diversified as a result of the Lydians' introduction of coins into the market, and the introduction of paper coins into the market. As a result of the accumulation of money in people, banks emerged, the transactions of bank diversified, and as a result of the development of technology, great steps were taken in the era of digitalization. Next topic, we will touch on the digital world, and the new history of cryptocurrencies.